guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Tonight we're back here with Puppet History. Now, before we move on, I just want to say, I finally got my old account back. So, Team 345 is back in my control. So, glad I don't have that overshadowing me. Tonight's video from Puppet History is called The Fiery Sports Riot That Nearly Destroyed Constantinople. Now, I actually do know what this is. This is known as the Nika Riots. Yeah, it gets nuts. Like, this almost made the Emperor flee. And we're talking about Justinian here. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil too much and say how he handles it. I'm just going to let the video explain itself. So, as always, I'll keep the whiteboard next to me and, well, we'll see how we do. Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoyed. Let's get this history rolling. Also, I couldn't record this since I had to watch
one and all to Puppet History.
Hey,
Today,
Professor.
we'll be taking an ever-winding look at yet another chapter in the heavy book we call History, while our guests ruthlessly compete for the coveted title of History Wizard. Whoa! I'm your beloved host, the Professor. Thank you.
Welcome back, Professor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, just turn up the volume a bit.
Ryan Bergara, are you ready?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I drew you.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty good, right?
Pretty good,
Pretty
man.
sexy drawing.
Thank you.
This looks like I have a
Thank
savage.
you. Oh, hey,
Special
special guest Ricky Wang. Are you ready?
I am
Hey,
ready,
Ricky, good to see
Professor,
ya.
but unfortunately, I did not draw you like Ryan did. I hope that is okay.
Nothing more exciting than a blank slate.
You can draw them after hours.
Oh,
I
you
will
can
do
do
that.
that. Hey, I'm down to clown. I'm born again, you know. I'm ready to get even nastier in this new life of mine.
Oh, God. All right.
I
Watch
expect
it.
nothing less.
Can we just crack in?
Wonderful. Then let's crack in.
Here we go. See?
Okay. All right. Are you guys ready? Whoa, whoa,
What?
whoa, whoa.
Hey,
Hang on a
where
sec.
are
Back
you
up,
going?
back
What?
up.
What are you doing?
You having troubles behind the camera there?
I don't know what I'm holding, but I am holding it and I am pointing it.
Well, just hang on to
Okay,
that
yeah,
thing
maybe
and
not-
keep it pointed right here.
Okay, Mr. Nolan. Okay, yeah.
All right, you guys are doing great. Okay, now, to begin, are you big sports fans? Football, iced hockey, maybe a polo, water, or the horsey variety?
Oh, I love sports. You know that.
More casual,
Yeah,
to be
you're a
honest.
big sports
Done
guy.
a lot
You're
of
always
sports.
talking about, oh, my team did good this weekend, and sometimes you come in and you go, I'm grumpy because they didn't do good.
It's more like, we won it. Fuck yeah, we're the champs. We're the champs.
We're the
We're the
champs.
champs.
I'm one of those people that just want both teams to have fun.
Oh,
I despise you then.
no,
Yeah, I'll
that's
despise you
the
in my-
spirit of this whole season. I want both of you guys to have fun out there.
No, there should be a winner and there should be a loser.
Oh, okay, if you insist.
Steven. Or
Well,
Ryan,
today's story is about sports fans and how an artificially divided society is exploited by the powerful to keep themselves in power. Bring your giant foam fingers down off the mantle, cause we're talking the Nika Riots.
All right. Let's do it.
Oh,
Party.
set up.
All right, well, in the
Ron
3rd
Nika.
century, the Roman Empire was divided up into sections to make it easier to govern. Though the western half fell in 476, the eastern half, which historians now call the Byzantine Empire, kept on plugging along. Here's an easy
still call
question for all
themselves
you
Romans.
They Might Be Giants listeners out there.
Oh, hi.
What was the capital of the Byzantine Empire?
Come on.
A. Byzantium.
Not even close.
Constantinople. Or C. Istanbul. First question.
That's later, so I'm gonna
Ryan,
go with
what, you got
this.
3 buttons open right there?
Oh, yeah, I do, baby.
As the episode goes on, are we going to get lower and lower?
It's gonna be just
play your
spare
cards
chest
right,
at
if
the
you know
end of
what
the
I mean.
season.
Brian, what do you got?
I got B. I started to spell Constantinople and I realized I don't know how to spell it, so I just stopped.
Sorry, I couldn't
Honestly,
think
you're
that
on
song,
a roll.
you know?
You just got the very easy part left. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Actually, I think you can get this.
No.
Noble? Like that? Just
Yeah.
Noble?
Yeah, baby!
Nice!
A jelly bean for the
Hey,
beef
go
boys!
Ryan.
Yeah, I was just gonna write John Constantine
Or
instead.
would we call that a spelling bee?
Silly bean.
That's pretty good, actually.
Of course.
How about you, Ricky? What you got?
I also wrote B, Constantinople.
Hey, B-boys!
But I also drew little, what are these called? Caracas?
Maracas.
Maracas? Because I think
Yeah,
it's,
maracas.
Constantinople.
I think Caracas are something
Hey,
different.
sing it.
So-
Don't sing all the words, otherwise they'll sue us.
Fair enough.
You know what? I'm going to give you each a jelly bean for that one.
Get us right.
Well, sort of. It's a bit of a trick question.
Oh, you nasty little.
Because all three of those are actually the same city. In 330,
So I'm
the
guessing it started
ruler of the
Byzantium,
Byzantine
then
Empire,
Constantinople,
Constantine,
and then
changed
Istanbul.
Byzantium's name to something a little more his own name, Constantinople. That'd be like if you lived in Bergaraberg. Or
So it's pretty much a
Rickytown.
big jelly bean all around.
Ricky Town sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
Take
have
it.
a drink.
Thank you.
Palooza?
Oh, Palooza. We got crazy there. Don't ask me what we do there.
Yeah, I was about
I'm
to say.
just the mayor.
Located at
You know, funnily enough, like when I saw like Constantinople and Istanbul, just you know that old song, you know, it's Istanbul, not Constantinople, Istanbul, not. I'm sorry. Just I can't help but get it in my head now. Anyone else? Ay. All right, moving along. Let's see what else is going on in Constantinople or Byzantium or Istanbul, whatever you want to call it.
At the nexus between Europe and Asia, Constantinople was a gooey-ass melting pot, governed by Roman
one of the
law,
biggest cities
with
at the time.
Greek as its primary language, and Christianity as its de facto religion. For leisure, citizens would
think of our
gather at the
ruler at the
enormous
time.
Hippodrome to watch that most Byzantine
Hippodrome.
of pastimes, which was what? Now, this isn't an official question with graphics and everything, but if you guess the sport we're going to talk about, there might be a little jelly bean in it for you.
What kind of sport did they play there? Ooh,
Come on.
sports.
Okay, BB, what you got?
Murder.
Okay.
I wrote something similar. I wrote gladiator ring.
Well, you're both a little
Chariot
bit
racing.
off, because what they actually
I
did...
know I'm a little bit off.
Don't we all?
Sick.
Did
Not
chariot
right
racing.
up here, dude.
He's wrong up there.
That's right. Elevator doesn't go all the way to the top.
Hey, it was chariot racing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Great.
Called it.
Did people die? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends
Now,
on what you
today,
play.
watching horses do laps while men smack the shit out of them evokes images of lonely weirdos hanging around the off-track betting parlor. But
Hey,
back
kid,
in the
the
day,
Kentucky Derby.
oh, it was the place to be. Up to a dozen teams of 4 horses each would race 7 laps. Now, there weren't a ton of rules. Crashes were a given, and many racers were killed by being dragged, trampled, or crushed. This violence was
Ouch.
part of the draw.
So basically,
Yeah.
ancient
Sure.
F-Zero. Ouch!
Adds to the rich
Let's be real,
tapestry
this
of
is
entertainment
ancient
that they're
F-Zero.
weaving there.
You
That
know,
would be
if
terrifying.
you're playing
If
no
somebody
F-Zero in
got,
real
like,
life,
dismembered.
here it is.
Yes.
You're like, oh shit, his head popped off.
We've said this before, we'll say it again. Here at Puppet History and Watcher Entertainment, we do not endorse murder.
Please
But
don't.
I don't really watch Jeopardy that often, and I'm realizing that if Mayim Bialik beat contestants to death when they got an answer wrong, I'd probably tune in more.
All right, let's go to Final Jeopardy. Can we clean that podium up?
Charioteers readily risked racing, as winners could become extremely rich, pocketing up to 15 bags of gold per victory. For instance, over the course of his career, the most successful racer of all time, Diocles, won enough money to feed the city of Rome for a whole year. But I don't think he did that.
Really?
No.
Now, at first, charioteers were divided into 4 teams, but when Western Rome fell, there were only 2, the Greens and the Blues. Ooh, pick a chariot team! And really, I want you guys to put your backs into cheering, because you'll win a jelly bean whenever your team gets a victory. So, what's it gonna be, blue or green?
I call blue.
I want a green.
Good. I don't like being any team that's green.
Why?
I'll join green.
Celtics.
I don't
I
know
think
what
blue
this
is actually
means.
You don't
more-
know that the Celtics wear green?
I know that.
That's
That's like the
Celtics
most
wear
storied rivalry in
I'm gonna go with
sports.
blue.
Is it?
I don't
Yeah,
remember
the
that
Lakers and
anymore.
Celtics.
Favorite team is
Don't know
blue.
anything about it.
That goes back decades. It actually saved the NBA.
Cool.
Wow.
True.
I should be making, we should
Yes.
make Ryan history.
Yes.
Ryan history would be superior. We would know about sports and things like that, right, Professor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just pulling
Don't
it.
steal the
No,
show. You already
don't
took
pull
his
it
life
too hard.
beforehand. Sorry.
All right, cool.
No, I mean, don't, please don't.
Oops.
Gentlemen,
Go green.
peek behind your chairs. Oh, what wonderful.
Whoa, wait, how did you know I was going to be blue?
Because you're
Wow,
blue,
you're good.
baby.
What would have happened if I picked blue?
It simply
Probably
wouldn't have
swapped it.
happened because I know what lies in your deepest heart.
You ready to eat my dust, Wang?
I have a feeling green is gonna come out victorious.
That was the
We'll
nicest
see.
taunt I've ever heard.
Should I be more like
Yeah, really get in there. Really get mean about it. Give him some good dirty talk.
Damn you, Blue.
Yeah.
You suck.
Come on, be angry, Ricky.
Let's go,
Look at the
bro.
back of my head. Get used to that view, because that's all you're gonna fucking see.
Oh,
Right in front of you, baby.
You're going down, Blue.
Whoa, yeah, now that's
There you
what
go,
I
that's
like
a
to see.
Oh, I get it.
Now I want you to carry this vitriolic hate in your hearts for the rest of this episode.
All right, I could do that.
That felt great.
I'm good.
As remains the case today, supporters
Yeah, it
could
gets
go
bloody.
a little over the top with their fandoms. So, green and blue are
As
now
in
your
football
whole
teams.
identities. Diehards would wear outlandish clothes and haircuts to identify themselves, chanting Nika, which meant
Yeah,
win or conquer.
win,
Some would throw
win.
nail-studded tablets into the arena to disable rival charioteers and curse them.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
wild, right?
If I was able to throw like a football and hit Jason Tatum in the head when he's trying to shoot a free throw, that'd be pretty
Sure.
sweet.
In fact, one
Yeah, I'm guessing this is why fan interactions usually end with, well, yoink, just out. But can you imagine if you, like, throw stuff at the players? Either. Oh, wait, that actually does happen still. I remember, like, okay, there was, like, this one game between Cleveland and Jacksonville where it got pretty heated between, like, the Cleveland fans where they didn't like the plays that the refs were calling since they were asking for a replay of a previous play. Long story. I'm not sure there's actually a physical name for it, but let's just say it got nasty that, let's just say this. The refs called like an end of the game. They had to run, but the commission was like, nope, you're going back out there. You gotta finish the game. Like, wow. If that wasn't gonna cause a riot, I'm surprised. Like, the fact that actually, now I think about it, it didn't cause a riot, which is actually surprising, you know? Like, thinking back, I'm, like, surprised they haven't just, like, ran the field and torched the place, you know? Like, sheesh. Anyway.
undiscovered tablet reads, quote, I call upon you, O demon, whoever you are, to ask that from this hour, from this day, from this moment, you torture and kill the horses of the green faction, and that you kill and crush completely the drivers, Calris, Felix, Primulus, and Romanus, and that you leave not a breath in their bodies.
Damn, so basically
Does that sound
wishing
familiar,
death to the
Ryan,
horses
begging
and the
a demon
riders.
to kill your enemies?
No, it's really fun for someone to make a mistake. Maybe that person's your friend, and then to keep reminding them of it. That's really mature.
But that's how I let you know that everything's okay, because we can laugh.
I'm going to get you, Ryan.
Okay, moving along.
Gotta be said.
Well, with all of Constantinople total simps for their teams, basically football
That's a good word for
hooligans, it wasn't uncommon for violence to break out between fan groups and spill into the streets. Once,
Pretty
a
much.
blue charioteer defected to the Greens and won a
Oh.
race, sparking a riot in Antioch. So that'll be a little jelly bean for Ryan and his wonderful blue team.
Yay!
Suck it, Ricky.
You know what? We're getting revenge.
Yeah!
Green's coming
Let's
back,
go.
baby.
You're gonna kill him!
No.
Kill him, Ricky!
Ricky's like,
gonna
no,
kill
I'm not
him.
doing it.
I'm gonna find the address of
Ricky,
every single one of your
don't you
players.
do
I'm
it.
gonna find out where
Do
they
not
live.
listen
I'm
to
gonna
the devil
kill them
puppet.
in front of their families.
Jesus.
And then I'm gonna find out where their mom lives, so that I could go there and show them pictures in person of her son cut up into little pieces, and I'm gonna laugh
Jesus
like this.
Christ. Okay,
I killed him.
Professor, what have you made?
Individual Ryan Bergara.
Yeah, he
Sorry.
is. And in another instance,
Yes, I
the
must have.
Greens ambushed and massacred 3,000 Blues. Yay!
3,000?
A jelly bean for Ricky and his murderous green team.
Jesus
I
Christ.
don't think I've ever cheered on a massacre before, but
Well, you're doing it now.
First for everything.
Times have changed.
Riots
Yep.
would also occur even without races, especially
Oh.
when an emperor would cancel planned events. Both sides had their own special rioting chants, respectively singing, "Burn here, burn there, not a green anywhere."
Burn
And
here,
set a
burn
light,
here,
set
there's
a
no
light,
green
not a blue
anywhere.
in sight.
Damn.
Not all that cutting.
I don't think it matters if the chant is weak if you're actually killing people.
Yeah, no
Now, these
kidding.
fans didn't just cheer on their team and beat the shit out of each other. The emperor himself would often attend chariot matches, sitting in a special little box called the kathisma, and the different colored factions would chant to bring particular subjects to the attention of their leader. Perhaps the Blues would chant for the price of food to be lowered, and the Greens might chant for an official to be removed from office. This system of shouting grievances during a sports match allowed the emperor to at least appear to be addressing the issues of the common folk.
Like if I was like, hey, lower taxes for the blue, and blue won, would my taxes be lower?
No, I think the emperor was just sort of like, haha, yes, I hear you.
Is this the first political party?
You know what?
Probably.
It's not.
If only.
Thought I was on to something.
Yeah, it was like,
Well, at the beginning of 532, the emperor fielding complaints from the Kathisma was Justinian I, along with his wife and most trusted advisor, Theodora. Both grew up blues fans, by the way, so a little jelly bean for Ryan. But don't worry too much, Ricky, as when he became emperor, Justinian claimed to suddenly be neutral.
I was hoping for like a green. A neutral is like, I'm still down.
That's him just being a politician.
Yeah, it's like when presidential candidates are
teams.
like, yes, I'm sort of religious. Now, apart from...
Yeah, I think this Justinian actually made a good call, because, let's be real, if you switch teams like that racer did earlier, yeah, he would not be emperor for long. But I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and see what else goes on for poor Justinian here.
From their shared fandom, Theodora was an unusual pick for Justinian, and special legislation had to be passed so he could even marry her, as Theodora had been an actress and a sex worker. The historian Procopius wrote a whole chapter on how they met, entitled, "And How Theodora, Most Depraved of All Courtesans, Won His Love." There he wrote, quote, "There was no shame in the girl, and no one ever saw her dismayed. No role was too scandalous for her to accept without a blush." In particular, Theodora was known for her recreation of the story of Leda and the Swan. Hey, what made Theodora's Leda and the Swan so dang special? A, it was performed entirely nude. B, it involved a large bird pecking from her groin. Or C, it was audience interactive, if you catch my drift.
All right, Ryan, what do you got? I'm gonna go D for degenerate. I think it's all three of them. Whoa. Or it could just be D for
These nuts.
the D. You know.
The D. Ricky, what do you got?
I got A,
C.
nude, for
Damn, one for
body
everything.
positivity theater.
I'm gonna say
We
audience got
love
involved.
nudity, don't we? What's wrong with being naked?
Nothing, man.
Bodies are bodies.
You're half naked.
Yes.
Yeah, I got no pants on.
We've talked to you about it.
We can
and
tell.
You persist to do it, so
I don't have anything down there.
doesn't matter.
It works
Fair
for
enough.
This is the same spiel he gives in HR meetings. And
Yeah. And we've had plenty of them.
I could tell.
Well, points to no one. Yes, apparently Theodora would let a swan or a goose eat grain from her groin.
It was me?
Listen, you know, when you're
thought
competing
it was
for
just a
views
made-up
against
one.
horses
Crap.
dragging smashed up carcasses around in the hippodrome, you gotta do what you gotta do to get those butts in the seats, you know what I mean?
no, for sure.
Fair, I thought they
Well,
were
now,
just
while
said
some
honest
scoffed
creative
at
holes.
Theodora's past, she proved to be an incredibly good leader, with many believing it was actually she who ruled the empire. Most laws at the time mentioned her
why in a
name,
minute.
and she received foreign envoys and corresponded with other rulers. Specifically, she passed
Wait a
laws
minute,
against
you better-
trafficking young girls and gave women more benefits in divorce proceedings. Nice.
That's cool.
An artist, a politician,
Yeah.
a beaut, I imagine.
Oh, she was probably stunning. Under Justinian and Theodora's rule, both men and women saw big reforms in the law. Justinian genuinely cared about his subjects and sought to root out corruption. He claimed he would rather the guilty go free than condemn the innocent, and took stronger control over provincial governors. By his side throughout these reforms were two ministers, Belisarius, one of the greatest military generals of all time, and John of Cappadocia, basically the head tax collector. Okay, so you've got all the context you need. Wonderful. Now, the year 532. John of Cappadocia had instituted 26 new taxes, mostly on the wealthy. Hell yeah. And this pressure from the
Thank
tax
you.
man led to tensions building among the people of Constantinople. And at a chariot race on January 10th, a riot broke out between the Greens and the Blues, resulting in at least one person dead. Ooh.
That's it?
I would expect more.
Didn't you just
Yeah,
say
no
there was a
kidding.
riot where 3,000 blues were killed and just one here?
Yeah.
Was it a pillow fight or something? Do you think you could kill
Probably.
somebody in a pillow
Hit
fight?
it too hard.
Suffocation.
Yeah, if they were like,
Probably.
Sorry. I was gonna say,
So
if
what did I?
Speaking from experience over here.
Now, 7 men were found to have been responsible. 4 were beheaded, and 3 were to be hanged. When the ropes were dropped, however, 2 of the men survived. 1 blue and 1 green.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah.
All right, it just doesn't seem very fair.
Doesn't seem fair, does it? Does that make you angry? Does that make you want
2 out
to
of 3
riot?
survived.
No.
A little bit.
Okay, yes, Ricky, yes. A
Yeah.
jelly bean for Ricky.
Yeah.
For picking up what I'm putting down.
No.
The executioner tried to hang them again, but again, the men survived. Before a third plunge could be set up, monks interrupted the proceeding and took the 2 apparently unkillable men to the Church of St. Laurentius. Outside, an angry mob formed, demanding that the men be spared. Sensing tensions building, Justinian agreed to commute their sentences from death to just imprisonment. The mob was less than satisfied. To them, the fact that the pair had survived 2 hangings was clearly a sign from God that they should be freed. For now, however, the mob dissipated.
Did the rope break? I'm just trying to figure out the mechanics of how they survived not 1 but 2 hangings.
I mean, they're beefy jocks, you know. Maybe they've got
I don't think
really
so.
sturdy necks.
I don't know, man. I feel like if I went
They
over to
really
the
describe
bungalow
the
in Santa
guys,
Monica
so
and hung a
could be
couple
that.
bros, they'd be dead in about 10
Yeah,
seconds.
probably. To be clear, Ryan has no plans on doing that.
I'm not gonna go
Nope,
down
nope,
and
I'm
hang
good.
people at the.
Well, to be fair, a lot of people can survive like the neck snap. Well, I mean, I just did that. Not, you know what I mean, right? I think it's like a sudden jostle. Hard to say. Like, it could be a rope snap, which I think that's actually what they described in Extra History. Now I think about it. So yeah, that mob is gonna be Justinian's real big issue, and Constantinople is about to burn for it. Watch.
Mere 3 days after the botched hanging, another race was scheduled. As the Blues faced off against the Greens, the 2 team supporters separately began to chant for Justinian to release the 2 men with necks of steel. Justinian gave no reply, and the grumbling from the crowd only grew worse. For 21 races, Justinian ignored the calls of the people. Then, in the 22nd race, a new cry rang out. Long live the humane Greens and Blues!
They
Uh-oh.
joined.
They joined.
That probably would scare a lawmaker more than anything. Just
Yeah.
people,
Yeah,
the
no
unity.
kidding.
Yes, exactly.
When rivals join up,
This
you're
was
screwed.
bad news for Justinian. The 2-party system was now united as the Green Blues, using Nika as their unifying rallying cry. Their enemy was no longer one another. It was Justinian.
So both teams did have fun at the end.
That's right. In the spirit
Yeah,
of
about to-
camaraderie and this
about to
story, I'm gonna
Dethrone the
Hang
Emperor.
on.
Where are you going?
The fuck? Oh shit! All right.
Hang
Your
on, I
head's
got
not
to-
gonna pop off, is it?
Better not.
Oh, that was another trick.
Look at this, Ryan.
There we
We're
go. Oh,
wonderful
wait.
little sash pals.
Now that I've experienced the rivalry, I kind of miss it.
Yeah, right. It gets the people going.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Well, but you have a new adversary, which is the government. That evening, the Green
that'd be
Blues
bad.
gathered at the Praetorium, the prison, and demanded that the city prefect tell them what was to become of the prisoners. Ooh, what happened next? A,
Oh, here we
the
go.
prefect released the prisoners. B, the Green Blues started bickering amongst themselves again. Or
Not yet.
C, a days-long riot.
Don't think we're there yet. But
easy. It's easy one.
I'm gonna say
What did you put?
Just put C. It's the riot.
Riot!
They probably rioted.
Yeah, Ricky, what'd you put?
I put B. Green and blue started bickering again. And I said, go green.
Whoa, he's bickering again. Well, we're gonna find out via the magic of theater. Bye-bye.
if it's A, I'll be surprised. Professor?
Nika! Nika!
Go,
Oh, you
Nika!
there, city prefect! You tell us what you're gonna do with our unhangable naughty boys. Tell us right now. No, I'm not saying. Then move. What are you guys doing? We're freeing the prisoners. Oh man, that's the last thing that's supposed to happen in a prison. And we're killing a bunch of officials. Oh Jesus! And we're setting the Praetorium on fire. Oh God, I'm getting out of here. Oh, that's pretty fun. What else can we burn? How about Justinian's palace? Oh hell yeah, let's do that. Nika, Nika. That's what they did.
My points.
Wow! A point for Beef Boy.
Hey-oh.
Nice.
Called it.
Now with no sports-based division between the groups, the Green Blues realized they were pretty powerful and started a full-on riot. The first day, they burned the prison and set fire to the entrance of Justinian's palace, which spread and burned down the Senate House and the Church of St. Sophia. And jelly beans to you both.
Wait, again? More jelly beans?
Yeah, because you're burning stuff.
Oh, oh, yes.
That's a win for the Blue Greens. Burning stuff down, you guys like that?
Absolutely.
Oh, jeez.
Well, the next day, perhaps looking for a way to get the Greens and Blues to start hating one another again, Justinian announced more chariot races. The Green Blues showed up, but instead of taking their seats, they set fire to some of the buildings at the north end of the Hippodrome. That fire spread and destroyed some more buildings. Jelly beans to you both!
Again? Okay.
With their initial demands met already, the group came up with even more demands. They wanted 3 ministers to be removed from office, specifically the prefect, the quaestor, and that old tax fella, John of Cappadocia. With basically no other option, Justinian caved and replaced them.
Why those 3 particular people?
They didn't like them.
Oh, okay. They're like,
it was something
might
else.
as well get some stuff done off our to-do list while we're angry.
Seeing how quickly and efficiently the angry mob was replacing officials, some senators who weren't so happy with the reforms Justinian and Theodora had been implementing conspired to keep the riots going, hoping to replace Justinian himself. Now the senators put forth a few candidates for new emperors: Probus, Pompeius, and Hypatius, all nephews of the previous emperor. Unfortunately for the senators, none of these were ideal choices. Why? What was the problem with those candidates? A, none of them wanted the job. B, the Blues wanted one guy and the Greens wanted another. Or C, the oldest of the candidates was only 5 years old.
I think we're going to borrow from
All right, what'd you put?
C.
A. I'll pass.
Too many babies.
Sure. Ricky?
I put B. Blue and green couldn't agree on one just because I miss the rivalry.
Well, points to neither of you.
Oh.
Call it again.
None of the candidates really wanted to be emperor. In fact, just the opposite. They wanted to be buds with Justinian. Rioters swarmed Probus's house to declare him emperor, but he fled town. The rioters responded by burning his house to the ground. Jelly beans for you both.
Great.
Awesome.
Hey!
Meanwhile, the other 2 candidates, Pompeius and Hypatius, holed up in the palace with Justinian. The next day, Justinian sent his general, Belisarius, and his men out to battle the rioters. Now, details are fuzzy, and while Belisarius's men certainly slaughtered plenty of Green Blues, the Green Blues outnumbered the soldiers and won the battle, making them now even angrier at Justinian. Jelly beans all around.
How were the numbers?
I don't know. Why you always gotta ask questions about these specific things?
Because I want the context. I want to know how much they outnumbered them by.
You know what? I'm remembering. I think on the Blue-Greens there were about...
much more than 1,500.
And on Justinian's side there were about...
1,500.
On the 4th day...
Yeah, let's just say Belisarius was not used to urban fighting, because a lot of times the Romans didn't have to worry about, invaders in the cities. So, remember, battles back then were big open fields where, you could charge, in formation. With the narrow streets, good luck. Especially with some of those Blues and Greens who spent their times in the city, know it like the back of their hands, Or at least that's what I remember, but anyway.
The rioters returned to the Praetorium, the prison whose fire started this whole dang thing, and started another fire. They then tried to burn the baths of Alexander, but the wind took the flames and set fire to a hospital, a church, and then another hospital. Hey, jelly beans!
Christ!
Love burning down hospitals.
Yeah.
What kind of idiot is trying to set a bathhouse on fire?
These
I'm
idiots.
gonna set this pool on fire.
Also, what happened to the
I was
prisoners?
chilling at the
Were they
baths and
released
someone
during the
tried to set it on
riots?
fire.
'Cause I'm
Oh, you
curious.
just go into water,
Can
maybe?
you imagine
Yeah, I
being
guess so.
set on
Indiana
fire?
Jones
Like,
did in Last
oops,
Crusade.
But then you gotta do that thing where you come above water and try not to get in the flames, otherwise
imagine
your
that
face
happening.
burn
Anyone
off.
else?
Your face burn off.
Yeah, it sounded like your face was burning off while you said that.
Otherwise your face burn. Day 5 was more of the same. Fights between rioters and Belisarius'
Dumpster
troops.
fire there.
Fires burning churches. Oh, same old, same old. Inside the palace, however, Justinian was understandably starting to, go nuts. At this point, the palace guards were disobeying him, and senators were publicly trying to replace him. Paranoia took root, and Justinian became highly suspicious of Pompeius and Hypatius, demanding they leave the palace. The two pleaded with Justinian to let them stay, but that only made him more suspicious, and he insisted they leave immediately. On the 6th day of the riots, Justinian returned to the Kathisma in the Hippodrome, armed with a copy of the Gospels. Before the crowd, he swore on the Bible that everyone in the riots would be granted amnesty and that they could have basically whatever they wanted. At this point, however, what they wanted was a new emperor, and the crowd cried out, "Long live Hypatius!" Hey, speaking of Hypatius, the Green Blues learned he'd been kicked out of the palace, and they stormed his house, demanding he take the throne as the new emperor. Hypatius still had zero desire for the job, begging the rioters to stop as they dragged him from his home. At the Forum of Constantine, Hypatius was crowned with a golden chain. Hey, jelly beans!
Dude, that's so scary. Just to have a bunch of people outside your house being like,
"Rule
me! Please rule me now! Rule
You are
me!"
in charge of me now, Daddy!
It's kind of crazy because that's how Water Entertainment was formed. Me and you outside Steven's
the dude
house.
was like,
Start a
"No, I don't wanna
company,
be the ruler. I
Daddy."
don't want to be
Of
the
course we were
ruler. I know where this
Yes,
goes.
you and Shane were. And I was as well. I was there.
I'd be worried for my life there.
So, at this point, the riot faced the question most successful riots eventually have to deal with. Now what? One group of senators decided, well, they could go to the Hippodrome, kick Justinian and Theodora out of the Kathisma, and just toss Hypatius in there. Why not? Well, that plan, worked. Hey, nice. More jelly beans for the both of you.
Great.
Cool.
Wow.
How is he?
Justinian and Theodora fled back to the palace, and there, after consulting with John the Cappadocian and Belisarius, Justinian decided the only thing left for him to do was flee across the sea. There was only one thing in their way.
What?
A, the rioters burned down the marina and all the boats. B, Justinian would probably be executed when he landed in Heraclea. Or C, Theodora had no time for cowards.
Oh, this I remember.
Answer that shit.
Quote.
Are you even looking at your board while you write that?
I was thinking.
You're channeling the spirit of history, letting it flow through you. You got something good? Yeah. Okay, what do you got? You look excited.
All right, see, Cucks
See,
must
Theodore. Get up.
Ricky, what do you got?
I wrote B, executed upon arrival.
Jeez, you bloodthirsty
because I
over
like
there, huh?
the option of, if you do this, you're gonna die.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little point for our old pal Bergoose.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes, while the men
Theodora's
wanted
like,
to
"Oh,
abandon
banana
the
boil."
empire, Theodora had come from the streets, and she had no desire to ever go back there. Showing the room what real leadership sounds like, Theodora reportedly said, quote, "For one who has been an emperor, it is unendurable to be a fugitive. May I never be separated from this purple, and may I not live that day on which those who meet me shall not address me as mistress. If now it is your wish to save yourself, O Emperor, there is no difficulty, for we have much money, and there is the sea, here the boats. However, consider whether it will not come about, after you have been saved, that you would gladly exchange that safety for death. For as for myself, I approve a certain ancient saying, that royalty is a good burial shroud." Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, man.
What a poet.
She's like Laura Dern in Big Little Lies.
She's just like Laura
I
Dern.
will not be rich.
Right,
The
yeah.
best line ever, yeah.
Moved by his wife's addiction to that good life, Justinian agreed to stay in power. Well, back in the Hippodrome's Kathisma, Hypatius was, at least according to the Green Blues, now emperor, and in charge of the writhing mass of rioters before him. So, as emperor, what did Hypatius do first? A, he demanded Justinian be put to death. B, he disbanded the blue and green chariot teams entirely. Or C, he tried to kill everyone in the Hippodrome.
I don't know this one, actually.
Yes.
You didn't want it, so I thought he asked for execution.
Reveal your answers.
I just put A, death. I mean, he's probably.
I'm gonna
that's
go
the only
B.
real
Get outta here,
call
both
he
of you.
has there. Just kill him.
Ricky.
I put B, no blue, no green, because
Wow, first time
that's,
agreeing
I
with
think, what was
Ricky for
giving
this
him the
one.
headache.
Well, we're gonna find out once more via the magic of theater. Bye-bye.
The sound
Let's
effects
see what he
are
says.
Really good.
top notch.
Oh, holy shit, holy shit, holy
Okay,
shit.
what is this? What's
Oh,
going
my
on?
liege, the people of your empire await whatever your wish is.
Oh, God, no, I do not want this job. Can't I just, like, give this gold chain back and keep living my life?
No, I don't think so. I think you're stuck being emperor. You now rule over all these
Yeah.
screaming, violence-addicted pyromaniacs. Congratulations!
Fuck. Okay, in that case, you remember where the palace is, right?
Uh-huh.
Could you, quick run this little note over to Emperor Justinian?
What's it say? Let's see. This begs Justinian to come and murder all the people in the Hippodrome.
No, you weren't supposed to read it.
let's
Just
see.
go.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, see, okay, so
Well, okay. Well, technically points to neither of you, but Ricky sort of realized the answer, so hey, a jelly bean for Ricky! Yay!
I guess he needed a point anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah, Hypatius just wanted Justinian to come and slaughter everyone, but the message he got back was that Justinian, allegedly, was gone. Hypatius really had no choice but to resign himself to being the Byzantine emperor. Oh,
Guess I have to be king.
would you guys want
Yeah,
to be
he's like,
president?
I got no
feel like
choice.
No.
probably not fun.
No,
No
I don't
way.
need that much power.
Too much responsibility. I
like-
can't play my Fortnite,
You know?
No.
I have to get
Yeah.
the throne.
Well,
You decide
having not
yourself.
actually fled
Hey,
at all,
Smooches.
back in the
I ain't done
palace,
tonight.
Justinian had hatched a plan. He sent a trusted eunuch, Narses, to the Hippodrome to pay people in the crowd to sow division amongst the Green Blues. Rumors circulated that Hypatius' uncle was associated with the Greens and that the new emperor would thus favor them. Meanwhile, the Blues were reminded how Justinian had grown up a Blues fan, and Theodore's blood, oh, it still ran blue. With the Green-Blue alliance teetering, Belisarius charged into the crowd. Now,
Coming
feeling
in,
less
boys!
than enthused about a potentially green-favoring emperor, the Blues abruptly left. Some now chanting, Justinian,
"Hero!"
king for the city!
I guess if somebody came up to me and was like, the Lakers really only have 16 championships because that one was kind of rigged with the Kings in 2002, I would get a little upset. Or if it's like Shaq carried Kobe, I'd be like, I know he didn't. No, I could see it. I could see how I would get a little riled up.
You might kill. That might
You
drive
know,
you to
we
kill.
have-
Get
until
enough
it's gone.
taquitos in me?
Yeah.
Perhaps I'll kill.
That part.
Those who stayed in the Hippodrome decided to lay down their weapons, but nevertheless,
Yep, we're done.
Belisarius' men cut
Come
through
on,
the
they
crowd.
killed the city!
As John Julius Norwich wrote, quote, "The angry shouts of the great amphitheater had given place to the cries and groans of wounded and dying men. Soon these too grew quiet until silence spread over the entire arena, its sand now sodden with the blood of the victims." Oh. It's believed
Well,
these
let's be
soldiers
real,
killed
they had it
over
coming.
30,000 people, about 10% of the city's population. From the Kathisma, Hypatius sat and watched, perhaps pondering the coincidence that, well, while it never reached Justinian, his request for this exact outcome
Yep,
came
pretty much.
true. Yay.
No one ever thought to just toss a spear up into that Kathisma and just kill him?
I don't know. I guess not.
I'm
I
imagining
guess
this
he must have talked to him just
dome,
like,
this arena,
all right, they're
and
finally getting me
I'm
out of here.
thinking
Okay, good night.
Theodore needs
Before
to
I
do the
get
swan
caught
act
in this
there and unite everyone.
That's
right.
true. Bring in the swan.
Yes, bring in the swan.
That'll placate them. That'll keep them mesmerized. And then you
Yes.
kill them all.
Holy-
Oh!
Yeah, let's be real. I think I would have just been like, oh, hey, they're murdering. Okay, I know the whole thing. I got it. Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. Okay. Time to go before I get murdered. Sheesh. Okay, I think I missed two this time, actually. Pretty good, I know. Anyway.
Oh, when the slaughter was complete, Hypatius was taken to the palace. There, he begged Justinian for his
Wait,
life,
no,
since
please.
he
You
never
gotta
wanted
hear
to
me,
be
Justinian.
crowned
I did
emperor in
not
the
agree to
first
this.
place. Justinian believed him, but in order to prevent future mobs from trying to install Hypatius on the throne, he
Kicked out?
ordered Hypatius's execution. And Pompeius's too, for good measure. The next day,
Oi.
the men were executed and cast into the sea, capping off what must have
Good
been
them.
a pretty crazy week for those fellas.
It's interesting how
Jeez,
killing
he didn't
people
want the
is
power.
just
He
the
was just like,
standard.
Sort of the go-to
Ouch.
back then,
Yes,
huh?
exactly. There's no
you gotta
middle
feel bad for
ground.
him.
Like
They
it seems
want
very
to be emperors. They were
extreme.
just
I think
chilling.
exile could have been like a nice
Right.
little thing, right?
Happy medium.
Yeah,
With the
you
riots
just
subdued,
got out of
Justinian
there.
was now more powerful than he was before the whole ordeal. He banned the 18 senators who conspired to replace him, and no one dared stand against him ever again, ruling for another 33 years, building the Hagia Sophia in the meantime, and finally dying at the ripe old age of 82. Good run.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
And also, his wife stayed rich. And to think he was
Power
so close
couple.
to fleeing.
Yeah.
It was
power
only
couple.
because she was like, hey, this fucking Tesla's not going to charge itself, you motherfucker. Get back out there and start killing some people. He was like, all right. And that's why he stayed king.
After the riots, the Hippodrome was shut down for a bit and the races were suspended. But when they started back up 5 years later, the Blues and the Greens never united again. Well, the Byzantine Empire had been on shaky grounds when two men's necks refused to snap on January 10th, 532. But after surviving the Nika Riots, the reforms that Justinian put in place, known as the Code of Justinian, ensured the empire's survival for another almost 1,000 years. Even after that, the Code of Justinian has been the basis for most of the world's least repressive legal systems. Decent legacy for a guy who was almost deposed by some NASCAR fans. And that's the story. What do you think of that one, boys?
It is an insane story that a sports rivalry got so heated that it almost led to the fall of an empire.
Yeah.
You know, they say history
kidding.
teaches us a lesson.
Imagine
and I
like
think
the
this
legacy
lesson
of the
is
Byzantine
don't
Empire, so the Nika
join
revolt
teams with your
actually
enemies.
kept
Teams
like
back.
the new emperor
Laker
enthroned.
fans, Celtic fans should never fraternize. Otherwise, 30,000 of us will die.
30,000
or New York
will
and
die
Patriot
in the
fans.
crypto
Oh, boy.
arena.
That's right. In Crypto.com arena, we'll all get killed at half court.
Well, that concludes our history
Imagine it was
lesson.
like
Ricky
I-
is the history wizard. Kept the score, and that's definitely who won.
Thank you.
Oh, great job, hon. And that is why you handle all the bills at home.
No, guys, we don't do this yet. We still have to do the song.
Oh, the song is always my favorite. You know what? The history wizard is the song.
No,
Not
Mom,
yet.
it's one of the
This is
contestants,
why you
remember?
don't hire
Hey,
family, bro.
don't you take that tone with your mother.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
no way
boy.
to become a history wizard.
Yeah, maybe they should sort this shit out backstage.
I'm sorry, guys. Again, I am not the history wizard. It's either Beef Boy or Ricky.
I already told you it's Ricky.
Not yet!
Son,
Yeesh.
I love you, but you are not good at managing dinosaurs.
Okay, I'll work on it. Listen, while my mommy
kidding.
tallies the scores to determine the
Again.
actual history wizard, please enjoy this fiery performance from the friggin' Hippodrome. Whoa!
Incredibly unprofessional.
Oh, I mean that.
The whole hullabaloo we just witnessed. Pretty unprofessional.
You know Constantinople, it's a pretty raucous scene. They love to see the horses race and cheer their favorite teams. And once they're good and frenzied, they spill out into the night and roam the streets and alleyways just looking for a fight. And hey, that's fine. But I fear things may be getting out of line.
The Queens of Blues got nothing to lose, and they're starting to conspire. People getting clobbered on the cobblestones, and the hippodrome's on fire. They put their cows aside, and politicians are hiding in the articles. A lot of folks are calling for blood. Pack your bags and take a hike before your noggins on a pike. Nika, Nika, hear 'em cry. Join the cause or fucking die.
Whoever would have thought these juiced up jocks would organize, or that an interest in blood sport could stoke a passion for poli-sci. But here we are. I never dreamed they would have taken it this far.
The Queens and Blues got nothing to lose, and they're tearing through this town. Oh, Justinian, please won't you heed their needs before they burn it to the ground? They're pouring out of the stands, they got a list of demands, and they're picking up their crutches and they're calling your name. Pack your bags and take a hike before your noggin's on a pike. Nika, Nika, hear 'em cry, join the cause or fucking die.
Well, they're setting fire to Constantinople. You can try to hide away with the hope they'll tire of hollering and hooting, quit their hooligan looting. But these torch-toting Philistines are fired up and gaining steam. Shit's getting wrecked in old Byzantine. You better watch your neck around blues and greens. But I'll say this for the riots: if you're dissatisfied, try and maybe just break some bones and wait and see how that affects their policies.
The greens and blues got nothing to lose, and they're starting to conspire. Oh, people getting covered on the cobblestone, and the hippodrome's on fire. They're pouring out of the stands. They got a list of demands, and they're picking up their charges, and they're calling your name. Pack your bags and take a hike before your noggin's on a pike. Nika Riots, join the cause of fucking die.
Wow. Okay, that was actually kind of fun.
Cool. All right. Love that.
Whoa! Wow!
Hi,
What
Professor.
a
Welcome
really energetic performance. Okay,
kidding.
Bob, who is getting the title in this episode?
According to my calculations, our history wizard is Ricky Wang.
And we're giving Ryan another beef hat because he's looking sexy today or something. I don't know. Guy needs a win.
Whoa! Okay. Why don't you guys come up here and
wanna work on
grab
that,
your coveted caps, which you have so rightly earned.
Interesting.
Wow.
Math is a little different in my head.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird.
History wizard! Thank you, Professor.
I mean, thank
Oh,
our
yeah, actually
judges
spelled it
over
right this
there.
time. Good job.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
judges.
just call it
Well, they're
beef.
getting better at making those hats. Good job on that one, Mom and Dad. All
guys,
right,
getting
well, thank you, Ricky Wang, for being here. Ryan, thank you for being a friend. And to all you folks at home, thanks for watching Puppet History, where the details are always
always a little fuzzy.
Bye-bye. Whoa.
Ah. Wow. Gee, just looking back at the Nika riots, hot damn. Really makes you wonder how the hell they survived that long. Like, seriously. If that was going on, yeesh, I can imagine. Oof. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys thought of the Nika riots. Let me know if you were playing along, how you did. So, till next time, guys, thanks for watching. See ya.